Jim, speaking of AEW, some AEW news, let's get to that, and we may not go too much longer. Wardlow.
Your voice is giving out. You're starting to feel puny.
It's getting there, but Wardlow, speaking of feeling puny, Jim,
yes.
Wardlow, he just had his big return at Forbidden Door.
And he's gone.
He just had his big return. He beat up Prince Nana at the pay-per-view, and then he showed up that Wednesday on TV standing there with Don Callis while other people did the physical stuff. According to a report from Fightful Select, Wardlow is dealing with another injury, and it is apparently, or at least rumored to be, a torn pectoral muscle, which would keep him out of the ring for an extended period of time. He could possibly stay on TV as some kind of enforcer, but...
Yeah, the one-armed enforcer.
Man, how bad is that guy?
At least we know he could take David Jansen's wife.
Well, but Wardlow, Carl Pavano,
Wardlow been laid low.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at the guy getting hurt. I'm laughing at the preposterousness of just the whole situation and I would never want the guy to get hurt. We've been wondering where he might be and when he might show back up, and now he's gone again. But you have to laugh. It's what we used to call snake bit. Not just with injury, it's bad luck. It's not just with injuries. It's with, again, they pick the same week to have 900 people in a barn in Philadelphia that the WWE's in Paris in front of 30,000 on their TV. All of their top baby faces are hurt. WWE gets AJ Lee. They get Riho. WWE gets ESPN. I don't know what the fuck they're snake bit. And a lot of it's self-inflicted, but some of it is they just can't buy a break. They can buy a big house every now and then, or buy their way onto the various things they bought their way onto. But this is ridiculous. And the thing is, if what we're led to believe is true, that Wardlow got hurt on the angle that his return angle, then we mentioned how preposterous that was, that the goddamn main babyface was already down and beat up, and Wardlow came in and beat up the manager, but we're expected to believe he got hurt beating up the manager?
We're going to find out he got hurt trying to take off his jacket.
Well, and that's it. Remember, I said, my God, it looks like they stuck an air hose up his ass. He was blown up huge. He was always a big guy, but he wasn't, I don't know, like goddamn Jeep Svensson big. And lack of ring activity for a year. He doesn't wrestle anywhere else. He doesn't do indies. So he gains all this weight and looks massive for his big return, but he's fucking stiff as a board. He hadn't been in the ring in a year, and he fucking does one move and he tears a pec. I
see another report here. He has now moved to Bulgaria.
Oh, come on now.
He's on the AEW pension plan.
You can't. He's been paid for one match in the last year, right? Well, I mean he's been paid for a year to have one match. I don't mean he's been paid for one match. That's the thing. He's worked one time, I think.
Has he worked?
Didn't he? Well, over maybe longer than that.
Yeah, I don't know. And then he did American Gladiators, apparently. And he'll have his arm.
No, it was the British Gladiators.
Is that what it was?
Or the UK Gladiators. Some gladiators away from us.
Oh. I didn't know that.
And that's why when he came back so big, it looked like he was Gladiator. He ate everything else.
He went from Meat and Porky's 1 to Meat and Porky's 3.
But now whatever they had planned, and I mean, it didn't look like the return, like they had very much planned, because as I said, he returned and beat up Prince Nana. But whatever, now that's out the window.
If that caused him to get hurt, that's embarrassing. Just because that was even the way he was booked, and then it led to that.
Yeah. But now I would say he's in his late 30s, right?
No, he can't be that old. Hold on. Let me look.
I think we said that one time. We said, how old is he? And you found out he was 30 something.
37 years old. Wow.
Well, I think he needs to be talking to Shopify at this point, because 5 years ago, when this fiasco first went on the air, everybody thought, well, he is a goddamn future star, breakout star. And for a little while there, when he just powerbombed people, if he had at that point gotten the fuck out of there and gone to NXT, we would have seen by now whether he's going to make it or not. The only reason he wouldn't make it is if mentally he just can't get it. And that's a possibility. We've heard him speak a few times, but we would either know now he wasn't going to make it, or he'd be probably on the main roster. And now he's never had that opportunity to learn. He's practically forgotten about. He comes back and hurts himself again. And now by the time he gets back in the ring, he's going to be almost 40, even closer. They're not going to take him now over there in NXT if he got the itch to go. So I think the ship has sailed.
He could have been there, Batista. An older, not a young guy, and you could still.
I don't know though, because but I get with the age and the, those similarities, but Batista had the incredible magnetism and the appearance that Wardlow doesn't have. That he can get to people behind the power bombs, but he doesn't look like Batista.
But again, there was a moment.
32.
Yeah.
At 32, you saw enough that, okay, with training and somebody to explain what the fuck's going on to him instead of the indie level stuff, he was a candidate. Now he's going to be 38 and he's done nothing in 5 years, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I predict the ship has sailed.
And it's another one of those things that we criticized at the time, and now years out, you look back on it, and yeah, I mean, it deserves even more criticism now. But he was so hot coming out of that MJF match. Turns babyface because the fans are demanding it. They're chanting his name. Beats MJF. Now, of course, the next Wednesday is when MJF did that promo calling Tony Khan a fucking mark.
Yeah.
That disappeared after getting the shit kicked out of him by Wardlow.
And didn't Wardlow then get into a violent angle with the security guard?
That's the thing. That's the thing that really took it down. The security guard's led by Mark Sterling.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's what it was. Yeah.
He's worse. Stokely looks like Heenan next to Mark Sterling.
But if he had come out of that pay-per-view beating MJF, no matter what he did the next Wednesday, if he had been in a top thing, it would have meant something and you would have had something to build on. Instead, they would have bought it. They took him right back down. Right back down. Well, get well soon, Wardlow, excuse me.
Yeah, well, see, and unfortunately, by the time that he's ready to come back, they won't know the difference between Wardlow and Waldorf.